Let me be completely honest with you. I wasn't going to touch this tonight, but the receipts started dropping and the timeline started getting messy. And I realized that somebody needed to say what's not being said in all of this noise, right? So here we are. Now, Tyler Perry is in the middle of a lawsuit, and the plaintiff is Mario Rodriguez, right? And there are a couple of them, but we're going to stick to Mario's for now since this is the one that's on the table. Mario is accusing Tyler of sexual assault and battery. Now, he's been in litigation on this since April 2024? That's over a year of trying to get Tyler Perry into the deposition chair. Right now, Tyler hasn't showed up. According to court documents, Mario's legal team says that Tyler and his lawyers communicated that Tyler would only appear for that deposition under one condition. And that one condition is that questions about his sexual orientation be excluded. Off the table, can't touch it. Now, Mario disagreed. He filed a motion to have Tyler sanctioned for failing to appear. Tyler's lawyer, Alex Spiro, who some of you may know from some very high-profile representation in recent years, he came out and said that this whole thing is a shakedown. Now, that's his word, right? Shakedown. A frivolous motion that Tyler did not fail to appear and did not refuse any line of questioning. That's the story. Those are the facts that are on the table right now. Everything else is pure speculation. Now, the internet has had a full field day with this already. The headlines are framing this as Tyler inadvertently coming out. Commentary channels are running with it, and I get it. I understand why. Why someone says, don't ask me about that under oath. People are going to draw conclusions. That's human nature, right? And I'm not going to pretend that that optic isn't there. But here is where I have to pump the brakes, because I've been watching the commentary pile on, and I think that we're doing something that we do in a lot of these spaces that's generally just unfair. We are convicting this man in the comment section before a single fact has been proven in court. Now, whether Tyler Perry is gay, straight, or anything in between has absolutely nothing to do with whether he's guilty of what Mario is accusing him of, right? His sexuality is not the verdict. His sexuality is not the evidence, and his sexuality should not be the headline. Now, does the orientation question become legally relevant in a case involving multiple male accusers? That's for the lawyers and the judge to determine. That's literally what the courts are for. But in this space, in this commentary, we have to be careful that we don't let speculation do the work that evidence is supposed to do, right? Because people can say anything. And I've been in spaces long enough to know that allegations are not convictions. Lawsuits are not verdicts. And a celebrity not wanting to answer certain questions in a deposition, as frustrating as it looks from the outside, is not a confession. And here's what I want to know. What are the facts? What does the evidence say? What do the text messages say? Because they've been referenced in this case, right? What happened in that timeline between 2015 and 2018 and after? What does the paper trail look like? That's where the story is, not in speculation about who somebody's attracted to, right? I'll say this about the 77 million ask, because some of you are going to bring it up, and I understand why high damage amounts get floated in cases like this, but that number becomes a distraction. It shifts the conversation from what happened to this person to, is this person trying to get paid? And that's the problem. Not because victims don't deserve compensation, but because the conversation stops being about justice. Now, Alex Spiro on the defense is a significant detail. This is a lawyer who has been called in on some very high-stake situations. Now, you don't hire that level of representation for something that you're not worried about. But that doesn't mean that you're guilty. And y'all, we really have to stop letting the court of public opinion hand down verdicts before the actual court has done its job, right? Tyler Perry has built something that hasn't been built many times in this industry, and that's real. And if he did what he's being accused of, then it deserves to be addressed in a courtroom with evidence, with due process, not dismantled in 60-second clips where the conclusion was already decided before the facts came out. Now, I'm not here to protect anyone. I'm here to protect the process, because the same process that gets him a fair shake is the same process that protects the next person who comes forward with a real accusation and needs to be believed. And speculation doesn't serve either of them. So I want to know where you stand. These are just my thoughts. Do you think Tyler's decision to exclude questions about his sexuality is as damning as the internet is saying that it is? Or do you think, like I do, that we're letting the optics run ahead of the facts? Drop me your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry and his works like I am, then go ahead and sub to this channel for more videos just like this one. And thank you so much for staying up late with me tonight on Ruthless TV. Unfortunately, this is the only time that I have to record. Sometimes I can put up some visuals and sometimes I just can't. But I do want to get on here and talk about some things. So thank you so much for sticking in here with me, and I'm going to see you on the next one.